Hi guys, and welcome to the second module. In this module, we're going to talk about the importance of fashion internships. I always say this, fashion internships are the lowest hanging fruit any talent should snatch while starting their career in fashion. The first reason why you should embark on a fashion internship really is because it's the first work experience you are going to garner as a talent. Nobody is going to hire you for a full-time role or any particular role that requires full-time salary. Now, in today's world, you see job descriptions that says XYZ role, you must have 2 to 5 years experience. I know that is very laughable. In fashion, we rarely have this because the skills required for different roles are specific and business owners are quite deliberate about who they bring on board. Now, when you go out to embark or to apply for an internship, what happens is that businesses are willing to give you opportunities because they see you as a raw talent that needs to be refined. Guess what? That is your first foot in the door. Because with a fashion internship, you begin to interact with business professionals, right? You interact with photographers, stylists, designers, fabric sources, buyers, all kinds of people, even if you consider yourself the handbag of the CEO or the creative director. Point being, fashion internship exposes you to how the industry works, and you can begin to build your network within the duration of your fashion internship. Secondly, for fashion internships, oftentimes when you're brought on board, you're actually allowed to just flow across board. Of course, you will have your very clear-cut job descriptions and daily deliverables. But because you're an intern, you're most likely going to have tasks that flows into different departments. You would be asked to assist on different projects. For example, you might have to work with the procurement officer to source fabrics. You might have to work with the creative team to come up with a collection, or work in the production department to ensure that the quality of products that are being taken to the showroom are top-notch. What this does is that you are exposed to the different rudiments and subfields within a fashion business. And guess what? Right there and then, you can begin to determine which area you want to play. By the time you have worked 2 weeks in the production room, it is either you love it or you don't. And guess what? A fashion internship is exactly where that can be determined. After working in a production room and you've been moved to work with a creative design team, where they have to sit down, come up with silhouettes, designs, sketches, choose fabrics, choose necklines, and it's so cerebral and so mentally tasking, yet fun, and you find yourself flowing, enjoying the process. Maybe you're supposed to be a creative assistant. Now, there are a few persons who get to interact with customers when they come in, especially in bespoke companies, where you have to sit with a creative director and the customer is describing what they want. I want to look regal. I want to look like a princess. I want to look like a swan or whatever. Right now, at that point, if you find yourself bored to death, I doubt that consulting will be a thing for you. I doubt that styling will be a thing for you. But guess what? If you are not in the field, if you're not in the mud, you can't get dirty. You cannot know exactly what you want to do. So fashion internships are actually a great way to recognize the niche within fashion that you can now begin to build your expertise in, right? So I mentioned 3 different fields: the creative design team, the production team, the customer service team. You can determine that you want to be in one or all of them. Now, another reason why you should explore a fashion internship is actually to find yourself learning and growing. Now, in every organization, there are different work culture, but something is very paramount across fashion industries, whether in your local industry or international or global platforms. There is a need to know how to manage time. Time management skills as a talent in fashion space is integral. Now, of course, when people say lateness is fashionable, actually it's not. If you're an employee, if you're working in a company and you have deliverables, if you're supposed to meet with a customer and you're arriving late, you're creating the wrong impression about the company you work for. If you're supposed to launch a collection and you're not starting on time with designing, sourcing, quality control, sampling, tech pack, name it, you're definitely going to fail or rush the process. Now, these are some of the soft skills you probably will learn during the internship phase. Now, as an intern, you also get to work with different employees, the nice ones, the nasty ones, the bitter ones, the friendly ones, the ones who always hide opportunities, and the ones who are willing to share. Now, it takes being in the space to understand the language and the social skills required to network. Let me use the illustration of a fashion student here. Now, you're done learning pattern making, designing a collection from idea to product in school. Guess what? Learning is different from executing. Fashion internships are like the practical aspect of the theory you've learned in your fashion school. You get to learn under supervision and you get to learn hands-on. If you're to draft patterns, your work will be supervised. Your work will be scored, graded. You'll get constructive criticism or not, but criticism all the same. You will get feedbacks about your progress. You'll be corrected. You'll be advised. And guess what? You will get a lot of rare gems dropped here and there from your lineup managers or even from the CEO or creative lead. Another reason why you should intern, and I kept this till now, is if you don't have money. See, some people think that there's just one way to build a career in fashion. There isn't. You're sitting out there in your home, feeling sorry for yourself, trying to gather money to go to one of the top fashion schools in your locality. Girl, guy, don't waste that time. 3 months, 6 months internship can make or mar you in the industry. So if you are there trying to work around a budget and you have not been able to get substantial funds to go to a fashion school, jump on board a fashion internship, because fashion internships are a great tool when students go for internships prior to fashion education. Now let me use the examples of those that embark on executive MBAs. When I use the word executive, it means that these people are in C-suite levels. We're talking managing directors, we're talking MDs and CEOs. They come together and they go to huge business schools, said business school, Lagos Business School, mention all the kind of business schools you can think of. And guess what? They are able to learn quickly because of the hands-on knowledge and experience they've gathered on the field. So when they have case studies, they have practical sessions, they have to choose sides and argue on cases, it becomes really interesting because they know exactly in reality what they are talking about. Now, we've talked about the different reasons why you should go to a fashion school. Before fashion school, after fashion school, fashion internships are important. I've also mentioned in the previous model that there are individuals who are moving within the industry or from one industry to the other. Fashion internships are one of the places where you can gain enough skills where you will not really be judged as a professional. You'll be pardoned oftentimes on errors and you will get good feedbacks. So what are you waiting for? Are you going to go on a fashion internship or not?